with Thanksgiving a week from today. We're, of course, into a time of year when many of us are attending a lot of celebrations and maybe indulging a little more than normal. It can be easy, of course, to make decisions with our food that aren't as healthy as we would like them to be. So that's the topic of our Bronson Health Chat this morning. Some tips and tricks for enjoying the holiday festivities without derailing that hard work you put in this year to stay in good shape and keep your weight where you want it. Joining us is Anja Grommons, registered dietitian at Bronson Methodist Hospital on WKZO this morning. Good morning.
Good morning. Thanks so much for having me.
Well, appreciate your time this morning. So now, do you have any tips or tricks, maybe you want to call them, for eating healthy during the holidays without compromising the fun that we want to have this time of year?
Absolutely. So first and foremost, don't deprive yourself. We want to allow ourselves the occasional treat. So in terms of staying healthy during the holidays, we really need to look at the big picture. So zoom out, see what your habits look like majority of the time. So I like to think of it as an 80-20 perspective, where 80% of the time we're making healthful choices and 20% of the time we get to indulge. And so when you do indulge, definitely thinking of it as a treat, not a treat, a treat, not a cheat. That can reframe the situation to be a positive one. And the occasional treats will not derail our progress. In fact, that helps us have more of a healthy relationship with food, which can help us focus on what's really important. So that doesn't mean that the holiday season should necessarily be a free-for-all. You can be really choosy with your selections, so opt for appropriate portions of your favorites and maybe shy away from some of the items that you're less interested in.
Well, speaking of free-for-all, there's those holiday parties and get-togethers. What are some tips for negotiating your way through these without going overboard?
Absolutely. So in my opinion, preparation is key. Be sure to really set yourself up for success. So you can do so by staying hydrated prior and during the festivities, because feelings of hunger can also be confused with feelings of thirst. So use some of those BYOB invitations as a means to try out fun holiday beverages like club soda infused with rosemary and citrus fruit. And in preparation for your parties and celebrations, stay adequately fueled throughout the day, so balanced meals and snacks. And try and have a purposeful snack prior to attending the celebration. So you want to focus on fruits, vegetables, whole grains, lean proteins. The snack doesn't need to be anything fancy, so you can think of like a whole grain toast with mashed avocado, a small apple with a tablespoon of nut butter. Aim for about 100 to 200 calories for snacks with the intention to keep yourself full between meals. And another great suggestion would be bringing an appetizer or side dish with you to the festivities.
Well, on that subject, do you have a good suggestion of something you could bring if you're bringing something to a party that would be healthy but yet everybody would like?
Absolutely. So you certainly want your dish to be created with fruits, vegetables, and whole grains. My go-to appetizer or side dish is generally a veggie platter. And before I lose you, I like to use this as an opportunity to add a bunch of color to the table and throw in a surprise or two. I like to add out-of-the-ordinary vegetables to my platters, like a watermelon radish or endive. And for the dip, you can whip up a quick hummus or low-fat creamy dip to accompany. However, I love to create a quick avocado pesto dip. So basically, you just need a food processor, add in a bunch of basil, a bit of heart-healthy olive oil, salt, pepper, process that until smooth, add in a couple avocados depending on your desired serving size, and pulse until it's combined. And this is always a crowd pleaser.
Registered dietitian Anja Grommons from Bronson is with us on our Bronson Health Chat this morning on WKZO. Now, say we don't listen to any of the advice you've just given us, and we do go a little overboard during the holiday season. How do we get back into a healthy routine?
Certainly. So don't beat yourself up. Acknowledge the indulgence, recognize it as a treat, not a cheat, and tap into how much you enjoyed it, because you likely enjoyed it with family and friends. So move on. This should be a very insightful experience, not an opportunity to shame yourself. And you can get back on track by following the My Plate model for further meals. So you'll fill half your plate with non-starchy vegetables like broccoli, salad greens, bell peppers. A quarter of your plate should include a lean or plant-based protein like lentils. And the last quarter of your plate is reserved for grains or starchy vegetables. So think wild rice, quinoa, barley, butternut squash. So meals full of fiber and fluid can be a really helpful transition for getting you back into a healthful routine.
Well, if any of our listeners are looking for more information, where can they go to find it?
So definitely search the internet with caution. As with everything, there's a lot of nutrition misinformation on the internet, so be sure to choose reliable sources like registered dietitians. So you can check out bronsonhealth.com/nutrition. On the site, you can find recipes from some of our dietitians and nutrition educators, and you can also learn more about our services and how our team of dietitians can help you eat well. We have dietitians available for medical nutrition therapy in the hospital, as well as many of our primary care offices, which is where I operate. And we have dietitians specializing in several different areas of nutrition. So no matter your needs, we have someone who can help.
All right, great. Anja Grommons has been with us, registered dietitian at Bronson Methodist Hospital, on eating healthy during the holiday season, joining us on our Bronson Health Chat for this morning. Thank you so much for some great advice as we enjoy the holiday season and not go overboard in doing so. I appreciate your help here.
Absolutely. Thanks so much for having me, and happy holidays to everyone.
Oh, you as well. Thank you so much.